What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I have the red lights on in my room because it's about to get dark today. We're going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 and really just like my genuine review of the game. So this may be controversial, this may be a hot take to some, but in my personal opinion, I think that Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is a flop. I don't think that it's a good game at launch. I think that it's pretty bad, to be honest with you. And I'm going to tell you why I think it's not so good of a game. I mean, one of the biggest things is like you kind of expect this when a new Call of Duty comes out, but there was a lot of crashing issues. People would load up into a lobby and then they would be booted and they would have to restart their console multiple times during a session of playing the game. But, that is kind of expected when it comes to a new game, especially for a Call of Duty where you got a lot of people trying to find matches. It may get a little weird. So I can kind of move past that. Also, some of you may think, oh, you're only saying this because you suck at the game. That's true, I'm not very good, but that doesn't excuse what I've seen out of the game at launch. Also, the campaign, people have said the campaign is very good. I'm not really a single player, like story mode type of player, so I can't really speak on that per se. But I can say that if I did play it, I probably would find it pretty entertaining. I just don't have the time to play hours and hours and hours of campaign and beat the game. But if I had plenty of time, I probably would have already tried to beat the game. But I'm going to tell you why I think that Modern Warfare 2 is not a good game. The biggest issue with me is got to be the loadouts and the weapon system and how you rank up weapons and how you get attachments. I think that it's poorly done. I think that it's a good idea, but it's basically rewarding the person that grinds the game. So someone like me, and there's other people out there like me, we don't have the time to play every single day for hours a day. We may be able to play once every 4 days, once every 5 days for a couple of hours. We don't have all day and every day to play. So for players like us, we can't really grind like the everyday player does. So therefore, it's going to take us a very long time to unlock all of the weapons and all of the attachments. And I just don't think that that is the way to go. I think that it's cool that a lot of attachments, there's a lot of attachments and a lot of things that they can do and a lot of weapons and there's different ways to unlock weapons. I think that is very cool, but it doesn't reward the casual player. I actually saw a video that Birdman did. I recently just discovered him on YouTube and was watching him. He's over 1 million subscribers and he's got entertaining videos as well. But he had talked about how there is attachments. So, for example, like on the muzzle, there are like 4 attachments that are the exact same. They read the same pros and cons, and they do the same exact thing on the bars that you see at the bottom. So, really, to me, I'm thinking, well, what is the point of these attachments if they all do the same thing? And a lot of them make your weapon worse. It's just not, it doesn't make any sense to me. Also, there are some attachments that don't even give you a achievement that you have to complete to unlock it. So it's just locked and no one really knows why it's locked, but you can't unlock it. Also, I don't want to have to play with the Lockman 7.62 semi-automatic rifle that is terrible to try and unlock, a submachine gun, than which I can finally unlock the assault rifle that I want. I think that is just completely garbage. I think that's a terrible way to get weapons and get attachments. I think that it should be basic, almost like the older Call of Duties where you unlock attachments for a certain gun, but it didn't unlock them for every gun. Same thing with you unlocked all the guns by just ranking up, not by ranking up different weapon systems. Like, I don't have time to get a certain weapon to level 17 and then get the next weapon to level 19 to finally unlock the weapon that I want to use. I don't have time to do that. So really, I'm kind of forced to just play with the basic guns that are already unlocked for you. And I just don't think that's fun. I think that it rewards the grind, which is cool, but it doesn't reward the casual player like us. Also, something else that doesn't reward the casual player like, me and multiple other people out there is the skill-based matchmaking. I've seen a lot of creators talk about how it's not honestly that bad and it's kind of needed in order to give the casual player a chance to play in casual lobbies. But for somebody like me where, I'm not going to toot my own horn or anything, but I don't think that I'm like a bad Call of Duty player. I think that I'm actually pretty good. Obviously, I'm just getting back into Call of Duty after like a 3-year break because the last one I had was Modern Warfare 2019. But I will say that if I go out and I have a game where I have a 2KD and I play very well, the very next game they're going to put me in a lobby full of MLG players, pretty much. That's how they feel to me because I just can't get anything going. I suck. And so, because of that, it's hard to consistently have fun playing the game because I may have a game where I play well or it's a battle and, I break even on the KD and then I'm playing well for a couple of games and then they put me in a new lobby and I get destroyed. And it's like a constant cycle. I have a couple good games and I have terrible games. And I just think that that is also kind of ruining the game for me, at least in that sense, because I struggle to have fun. It's like I almost want to just suck on purpose. That way I can be put in a lobby where I have players more my level because I'm not going to sweat the game. I casually play it. I like to play it to have fun, which don't get me wrong. I have actually had a little bit of fun playing this game on launch. I think that it's a fun game. But when you do stuff like that, it makes it hard for the player to enjoy matches consistently because they're getting put in matches where the players are just way above their level and it's hard to get anything going. Also, something else I wanted to talk about are the maps in this game. I think that the maps in this game are probably the worst maps in any Call of Duty that I can remember ever playing. Now, a lot of Call of Duty games I didn't really play, so I can't really speak on those maps. But I can speak on the maps in this game, and I can tell you that I think they are very, very bad. I think the Formula One racetrack, I don't remember what it's called, the Grand Prix one, I think that's a very cool map. I think it was greatly designed. It's a little too big for my liking, but it's also just very hard to play on it. And I like it because it's cool. I like what it's centered around, but it's a hard map to play on. And that really speaks for every single map in this game. They're all pretty difficult to play on. Now, I think that the maps are almost set up in a way where there's like no organization behind them. I'm used to a Call of Duty map going, you got like a main building on one side and a main building on the other side, or something of that sort on the other side. And then you have the 2 lanes on the sides of the maps. That's what I'm used to with the Call of Duty map. I think those make for the best games. I think the Embassy actually does have that. So the Embassy is like one of the maps where I'm like, okay, I kind of like the Embassy map because it kind of gives me traditional Call of Duty map feels. But other than that, a lot of the maps just don't give me that traditional feel. Like it feels like one side of the map is hardly ever walked upon, and then the other side is just pure chaos, and that you can be killed from every angle. I think that you'll spawn in, you'll go to a place where you think no one is at, and then they're spawning. The enemy team is spawning right behind you. I feel like there's no organization behind these maps, and therefore that kind of kills it as well. I just don't think that this game has lived up to the hype that I think that it brought. I think that a lot of people probably were thinking, oh man, we're getting Modern Warfare 2 back. This is going to be just like back in the day. And it's totally different. And this is the new age of gaming that we're in now. So, you kind of got to live with it. But I will say that it is not the funnest Call of Duty that I've ever played. I'll tell you that much. I'll also say that, me and my friends were talking, and I've seen videos like this in the past, but we say that video games just aren't as fun anymore. And I think the reason that they're not as fun anymore is because we're getting older. That is one, we're getting older, so the games obviously aren't going to be the same. They're not going to give us that nostalgia feel that we crave. Also, the games aren't built like they used to be built. Like the old Modern Warfare 2 was honestly a cheesy system, and I think if we played that game today, people would hate it more than they hate this Modern Warfare 2. I think we were just younger. We didn't care. We had fun. All of our friends were on, and we would go on and we could play for hours and hours and hours every day. So that's another thing, is I think that just video games in general just aren't the same as we get older. But I will say that there's a couple of games that I'm super excited to come out and play. You got the GTA 6 that'll come out within maybe a year or 2 years, and then you also got the college football video game that'll come out next summer. Those are 2 games that are really going to make or break gaming for me because I love gaming casually, but now that I'm trying to, start a YouTube channel and kind of base it around gaming or sports, I really hope that they succeed. That way it can create, longevity for my channel because it's something that I can continuously play. But like I said, I'm excited about those games to come out. I'm thinking that they're both going to be really good. The college football video game will more than likely be a staple on this channel, so look out for that next summer. But I just wanted to talk about Call of Duty today and see what you guys think. I mean, do you guys like the game? Do you guys think it could use some work? Do you guys think it's bad? Do you think it's great? Do you think it's the greatest Call of Duty ever made? Just let me know down in the comments. I'm interested to hear your guys' point of views. Maybe something that I'm saying was incorrect and you could educate me on it and maybe change the way that I think about the game. But anyway, that's going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.